Okay, as I said before, there's a very close relationship casting with the spinning rod. And as far as I'm concerned, with the fly rod, I think I'm the only instructor in the world, or maybe United States, that can openly say that casting with this and casting with a conventional tackle and casting with that fly rod is almost the same. Now, almost everybody started with this equipment before they got into fly fishing, all right? And nobody really teach them how to do this. Okay, they grab their line, they put the line over here, and they throw it like this, all right? Well, again, I do a lot of competition casting. I found out that you don't have to do that, especially for accuracy. And if you watch as you listen to my introduction, if you watch me, look at this. I'm not even holding my rod too much, but look at the tip of the rod doing the work for me. Look at this. So the tip is the one loading. Oh, of course, the rod, but primarily it's the tip loading. So if I release this thing here, if I release my finger here without my arm here, and I release it, it's gonna go way out there. All right. So again, without moving my arm too much, I rely so much on my tip out there, and you are more accurate, and you get more relaxing kind of cast. All right. The same thing with the fly rod. Now, the difference between, of course, it's very obvious. The difference between the fly rod and the spinning rod is the weight. Now, this one is a quarter ounce and a quarter ounces, and that fly rod is basically the first 30 feet of that line is your weight. So it's a little bit heavier than and measured by grain. This one is measured by ounces. All right. So this line is a little bit, and you notice the weight is a little bit shorter. The line of that fly rod, maybe the first 30 feet of that line is your weight, and that's the only difference. The casting stroke is almost the same. Again, I demonstrate again. I don't have to use my arm here. I just rely so much on my tip. All right. Look at the tip again. The tip is moving. I'm not doing anything with my arm up here. I'm just gonna release my line, and look at this thing going out there, and it's gonna go out there. All right. Okay. Now let's translate that to a fly rod. Now remember, I told you the first consideration is controlling the loop. All right, controlling the loop. You may make it narrow, or make it wide or wider, or whatever the thing, and the direction of the loop will be higher or lower, and things like that. Now the $100 question is, how do you do the loop? How to control the loop? Always remember this. Always remember this. Again, I emphasize the tip again. How the tip travels in the air determines the loop. Right? Again, how the tip travels in the air determines the loop. Now, the tip, if you look at this as my tip of the rod, if the tip is traveling like this, you end up with a wide loop, right? If the tip is traveling like this, if the tip traveling almost straight, like this is straight, that's straight out there. The loop is gonna be the loop is gonna be much nicer, much a bit narrower loop, right? So what's the difference? Well, the difference with the narrow loop and tight loop is because what happens is that you need the tight loop if there's a windy condition, all right? A windy condition. And if you are nymphing, if you are using this indicator and a weight in your fly line out there, the best cast for that is an open loop, so that you won't have a problem. Another thing also is that if you have problem with a tailing loop is when your line start hitting up your leader start hitting up your line out there. Open loop is the best way to correct that problem. All right. Now let's go with the fly rod. I want you to check my elbow. All right. The elbow is like this. As I described before, my elbow is relaxed. I look at the way I hold the rod here. It's so relaxing. I don't have to put too much pressure. I just give that thing. I move. From there, I move the rod back and flick. I move the rod forward and flick. I move the rod back and flick. I move the rod back and flick. Look at this. Like this. All right. Now, loop control. Remember now, how the tip travels up in the air determines the loop. Now, what's the line? I'm going to make an open loop. See that? open loop. Look at this, open loop, all right? Right, look at my wrist there. I'm going like this, but the tip of the rod is traveling like this. Now I'm gonna open my wrist, but the tip is traveling almost straight. Watch this, open, and then watch this. See, it's nice loop out there. Very nice loop out there. Now, where you direct the tip, the rod to go, that way the line's gonna go. Now, if I'm casting a little bit shorter line, the tip of the rod is traveling like this, like this. If I want to go a little bit distance, the tip is traveling like this, go higher and higher. Now, watch this. I'm gonna start with a low loop like this. Now, watch this. I'm gonna make it high. I'm gonna make it high. I'm gonna make high. I'm gonna make it higher. See that? That's where I'm directing the tip of the rod. I'm gonna flick the tip up there, flick it down here, flick it down here, flick it down here. So to me, the tip plays a very important role in fly casting. All right, where the tip goes, where's the line's gonna go. All right, gonna be almost straight to make a nice loop out there. All right. Now, here's the caveat. Here's the caveat for opening up that wrist there. If you're not careful, you end up with a tailing loop. Now, what's a tailing loop? When I do a tailing loop, what's this? If I pluck it too early, there you go. Look at this again. There you go again. Up. There you go again. That's a tailing loop there, and that's where it creates a lot of problem. Instead of fishing, that's what's going to happen. You're going to have problem tangling up your fly. You're going to be tangling up your fly, and that's you're delaying your fishing, especially if the fish are jumping all over the place out there. All right? So that's basically what you're going to be doing. Again, just a reminder, from here, back cast, move it forward and flick. From here, move it back and flick. 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 Okay. Now I'm gonna take off my glasses. I demonstrate to you about, remember we talk about accuracy. The cast has to be straight out there, because if you're not straight, you'll never hit the target, all right? So what I'm gonna do now is that I take off my glasses and see if I can hit it, see if I can stay with that red target over there. And I'm gonna close my eyes. Now, watch this. I may not be able to hit that red target, but I'm very close to it, all right? Ready? Okay, watch this. I close my eyes. I don't know where my fly is. Now, I don't know if I hit the target or not because my eyes is closed, but I know my line is straight somewhere over there. All right? Oh, get lucky there. So again, be sure that your casting stroke is right, and it depends upon how you train your shoulder not to turn, how to hold your rod. Because if you put your thumb on top, there's a tendency to twist your wrist, and your casting stroke is not going to be straight.